Okay, guys, so we are going to do day one homework of your worksheet that you have, and it should say day one, and the problem should look like this. This question says, what is the length of NR? So what you're going to do is we want to find this piece right here. So we're going to make two triangles. I'm going to go with the small triangle. So let me put that right here. And it's M, N, P, 6, and 9. And then I'm going to draw the big triangle, which is M, Q, R. And if you look on from M to Q, you see you have two segments, 6 and 4. So 6 plus 4 is 10. I'm going to put 10 here. And if you look right here, I'm trying to solve for NR. So I'm going to put X since there's no number here. And from M to R is 9 plus this X. And I can't put 9 times X because we don't know the value of X. And 9 times X is different from 9 plus X. Now, we're just going to set up the matching sides. This side matches this side. And this side matches this side. And we're going to set up our ratio and make it go. So I'm going to say 9 over 9 plus X equals 6 over 10. And here we're going to cross multiply. So I'm going to say 9 plus X times 6. So I want to say, and I'm going to put 6 in front, because this is how distributive property is generally written, okay, equals 9 times 10. And then you're going to go to how I taught you how to solve an equation. So here, we're going to do distributive property. So 6 times 9 is 54, plus 6 times x is 6x, equals 9 times 10 is 90. The variable is on the correct side, which is the left side, but this constant needs to be on the right side. And if I change over this line, if I cross over this line, I need to change this sign. So I'm going to say negative 54, 6x equals 90 minus 54. You can use a calculator or you can use your mental math. I know this is 6. This reduces to 8, so this is going to be 36. And then from there, divide by 6, x equals 6. All right, so up here, I would say NR, which is equal to x, and we found it, is 6. And we're done. Let's go to the next one. It says, what is the length of DF? So DF is right here, so I'm going to put x there, and I'm going to draw the two triangles. So I'm going to get my small one first. Just a second. This is the small one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw it. D, F, H, X, and 12. And then I'm going to draw the big triangle. D, G, J. So if we look from D to J, it has two pieces here. So 12 plus 8 is 20. And then if we look at the side DG, it has two pieces too. So we get X plus 6. All right, now we're going to match up the matching sides. This side matches this side, and this side matches this side. So here I'm going to say x over x plus 6 equals 12 over 20. And then we're going to cross multiply. So 20 times x equals 12 times x plus 6. So we get 20x. I'm going to draw the line. On the right side, I need to distribute. So I'm going to distribute equals 12x plus 12 times 6 is going to be 76. And you can use your calculator if you need help with that multiplication. Okay, so now the 12x is on the wrong side. It should be on the left side, so I need to move it to the left side. And here we get 8x equals 76. And then divide by 8, x equals, let's see, I gotta grab the calculator for that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna say, oh wait, 12 times 6 is not 76, it's 72. My bad. Hold on. Let me fix that. This is 72. Okay. All right. There we go. And so let me grab the calculator again. 72 divided by 8 equals 9. And then we get x equals 9. All right, so right here, it only asks me to solve for df, and df is right here, so that means I can say df equals 9. And we are done. And y'all, make sure you check your multiplication. You see how I made that simple mistake? And my answer would have been off, so double check yourself too. All right, let's go to the next one. It says solve for a. Where is a? A is right here. So I'm going to draw my two triangles. So I get 10 here, 4 here, and 8. And then I'm going to draw the big triangle. I get 10 plus 10 is 20. 8 plus, is that a B? Yep, 8 plus B. All right. And here we're going to get A. Now, it didn't ask me to solve for B, so I'm not going to even pay that side no attention. I'm going to set up the stuff that it asked me to solve for. So in order to solve for A, I'm going to choose two sides that do not have a variable in them. So these two sides match, and the one with A in it matches this side. So let's go and solve for what we need to solve for. So I can say 10, let me go with a different color. 10 over 20 equals 4 over A. 10 times A equals 20 times 4. Let's go down the middle. We get 10A equals 80. Divide by 10, divide by 10, A equals 8. And we got it. We answered the question. A is 8. All right, let me go to the next one. All right, this one says to solve for X and Y. So I'm going to draw my two triangles. This is Y, this is 4, this is 6, and then I'm going to go draw the big one. This is 18, this is 10 plus Y, and this is 4 plus X. All right, I'm going to set up my proportions. I'm going to say this side matches this side, and this side matches this side, and this side down here matches this side. So decide which variable you want to solve for first. I am going to go for X first, only because it seems simpler, but you make the choice. It's your decision. I'm going to say 4 over 4 plus X equals 6 over 18. All right. And then I'm going to say 6 times 4 plus X equals 18 times 4. Draw my line down the middle. 24 plus 6X equals 18 times 4. You can use mental math or you can use your calculator. I know this is going to be 40 plus 48, which is, it's going to be 40 plus 32, which is going to be 72. That's me using my mental math, and I'll double check just to make sure I'm right. And these are things you can do too. Yeah, so I'm on point. You can double check yourself to make sure you're doing your mental math correctly too. All right, so my 6x with the variable on it is on the correct side, but this constant here is wrong. So I'm going to subtract 24 to the other side, and we get 6x equals 72 minus 24. This is going to be 8 right here. This breaks down to 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. And then divide by 6, x equals 8. So I found this side to be 8. Now, I'm going to write this right here because I want to delete that. This equals 8. Now I'm going to go set up my proportion for y. Okay, so if I go run it for y, then I'm going to say y over 10 plus y equals, and I'm going to just use 6 and 18 again. That's just easier to work with. So I get 18y equals 6 times 10 plus y. All right, so I get 18y equals, and we're going to draw a line down the middle. 6 times 10 is 60 plus 6y. Minus 6y, minus 6y. And then, so here, 18 minus 6 is going to be 12y equals 60. And I moved the y because it was on the wrong side. And then we're going to divide by 12, and y should be 5. So we can write y equals 5. And that's what we put over here. And I'm going to go back, make sure I answered the question. It only asked me for x and y. So I did it. Okay, let's keep going. So now it says solve for m and n. So I'm going to do my same thing. Draw my triangles. This is L. This is 4. This is 3. And then I'm going to go draw the big one. This here is L plus M. And this over here is 4 plus N. And this down over here is 12. So I'm going to get my matching sides. 4 matches 4 plus N. L matches L plus M. And 3 matches 12. Ooh, let's see if I'm going to be able to get here without having to do something extra. Let's see. I'm going to say 4 over 4 plus N equals 3 over 12. Ooh, I got by. Okay, so now we go 3 times 4 plus N equals 4 times 12. Draw my line. 12 plus 3n equals 48. And then I'm going to subtract 12, and I'm subtracting 12 because the constant is on the wrong side. It should be on the right side. So 3n equals 48 minus 12, that's going to be 6. 36, divide by 3, divide by 3. This is going to be n equals 12. All right, so I found n. Yes, I found n. It didn't have to go through the line. So there we go right there. Now it asks me to solve for m. And let me see if I can get away with finding m without having to do what I thought I was going to have to do. Okay, so n is 12. And okay, so I'm going to have to show you how to dig through this one. All right, give me a second. I want to show you how you can get m. Now, if you look at this, these are right triangles. And I'm going to go ahead and set up the proportion so you can see what we're going to run into. So I'm going to say L over L plus M equals 3 over 12. Now, the issue that I'm having here is I have two letters in the same statement. But if you look up here, that L actually can be found. Because this is a right triangle, you can use Pythagorean's theorem. So I'm going to just put this in a little box, save it for later, until I find out what L is. So here's how I'm going to work this. I'm going to say 4 squared plus 3 squared. And Pythagorean's theorem, I think you see it in middle school. I'll show you again how to work it in this class later on. Plus 9 equals c squared. So we get 25 equals c squared. And so you're going to take the square root of 25 equals whatever c is. And you get 5 is c. Okay, so I know that L is equal to 5. Now I can go and say I got this L. So I don't have two variables now. So I'm going to go back and start working my proportion. And I'm going to erase this. Now that I got what I needed. So now I know that L is 5. So I'm going to say 5 over 5 plus m equals 3 over 12. All right, so then we get 3 times 5 plus m equals 5 times 12, which is 15 plus 3m equals 60. I'm going to draw my line down the middle, and I'm going to go forward. My 15 is on the wrong side, so we get 3m equals 45, and then we're going to divide this by 3, divide this by 3. 36 is 12. Oh, it's going to be 15. All right, so m equals 15. And let me double check that. 30 plus 15 is 45. All right, so m is equal to 15. So let me go make sure I solved everything they asked me to solve for. Yep, m and n I got, and I even gave them an extra letter because I needed it to solve the problem. All right. Last one, I think, let's see. Yep, last one. So it says, given a diagram, determine whether MN is parallel to PQ. Okay, so here's the explanation. Here is M. Well, let me take that off. It wants us to know if this line is parallel to this line. Well, the rule says that if I draw two triangles, then they should be proportional. If they're proportional, that means these two lines are parallel. And these two lines are parallel, then this angle equals this angle, and this angle down here equals this angle. So let's see if these two triangles are similar, and then we can answer that question. So I'm going to draw the big one first. M, N, R. This would be this side we don't know anything about. This side right here, N to R, I need to add this, so it becomes 84. And this side over here becomes 94. I mean, not 94, 96. You add these two together. And then I'm going to draw the little triangle. And I'm going to put P, R, Q. This is 48. And this is 54. Okay. M, N. All right, so I'm going to do my ratios to make sure that this is good. And I'm going to go, this one matches this one. So if these are proportional, then we're in the game. So I'm going to say 96 over 54 equals 84 over 48. So I'm going to grab the calculator, go ahead and reduce those. Push alpha, y equals 96 over 54 equals 16 over 9 equals 84, 48, and this is 7 over 4. So because these sides are not proportional, they don't equal each other, then what we can say is MN is not parallel, line segment MN is not parallel to line segment PQ. And that's because when I do my ratios, they do not equal. And they should if these two triangles are similar. So we're done. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.